Cool class over for the team one as an unbreakable Gesture Warlock played the cheesiest, tankiest build imaginable. Crusade over the Druid, last work on the Evoker, C-Bus as a Warlock and Totem Maids. Bringing the totems and bringing the maids. We got ourselves as Creole. I kind of like the mog. Wait, that kind of fits. Wait, it's got this like tan, greenish thing going on. That's wicked. We got this bodybuilder over for the team too. Dad boy Vlad with SP for the win and Chicago. Oh my god, that set looks so good. That Shaman set looks great. Crusade gonna be first up over for the team one, skulking through the shadows, trying to see if it can tussle with Chicago. Is playing that enhancement with an Ascendance. Ghost was grounding totem, so not playing a proc Ascendance, just a real Ascendance. Knocking the Feral back in the opener as they're trying to see if they can sink their teeth and claws into Chicago. Got themselves Ghost Tools at the ready. But he's trying to see if he can maybe catch him. Going to be a quick route onto Crusade. Definitely see a power shot to break out of the sword if he can. Big Evoke the Spirits. Chicago just taking the damage. I think maybe the totem have taken a bite or two, but live through the full Convoke. Going to be a trick out of Crusade. How did Chicago live that? Was it just their unluckiest Convoke? That or the totem soaked a couple of those bites? Get him, so the swarm popping back on him is going to use that heal in order to catch up a little bit of healing. Wall as he's trying to take up the damage from Chicago. Chicago's got to have to play it very, very safe. Very, very slow. Ghost is ready. Plenty of Maelstrom. Do they just turn around the Feral? Big damage. Sunder to follow. Do they maybe give himself a big, massive proc versus Crusade? Trying to see if he can stay on him as best as possible. Crusade looking to back up out of there. Chicago leaping in with a charge. Crusade looking to just sprint out of there with a quick route to follow. Definitely needs to power shift out of it. Chicago closing that gap. Could go for a sentence case of one tip. Very, very sustained damage out of the Shaman. Lasso. Wait, does Crusade just die? Two in the lasso. Chicago have enough damage to follow. Maim to follow. Then chicken. Oh, and the sentence right after. I don't even know if they really need to use Ascendance, but may want to use that Ascendance for C-Bus immediately. Got himself a limited window. Is going to try to go for those wind strikes back to back as he was playing that Affliction Warlock, trying not to get interrupted by Chicago. This is going to be Chicago dipping right under him. Quick AoE fear, C-Bus established on a hot. Going to be full dots, full damage onto Chicago. Big Dark Glare, maybe big damage. Sun around the corner. Trying to see if he can catch up to Chicago. Maybe do they go for a big trade? Chicago's under a ton of pressure with those dots though. Absolutely melting down to the Warlock. As C-Bus trying to see if he can potentially close the gap, setting up a gateway or at least a port. Chicago diving behind the pillar. Just still rotting through these dots. The Dark Glare slowly veering over to you. It's going to go for a couple of those I-beam zaps. Or doing Dragonflight. I feel like this Affliction dot build could make such a big return. Chicago looking to sprint out of there. C-Bus on the run, trying to see if he can chase him. Maybe he goes for a big drain around the corner, trying to keep the dots rolling, trying to keep the slows on Chicago, keeping the damage over time. The Affliction's rolling. Chicago knocking it back, doesn't touch the slow, trying to go for a fear. Chicago does get to fear him with a hunt from a distance. Drain soul from afar. Chicago under ton of pressure to survive the dots, trying to heal through it, but they got no maelstrom whatsoever. There's just no mana. Trying to see if he can fight right through it. Literally drained of mana. Does get a root onto C-Bus, but still just unable to deal with it easily. He like started selling you gun, but the dots is still rotting it down. Oh my goodness. Here in Chicago, Hunt is going to go for the leap. Going to be the Dark Glare joining in. Big Ascendance, walling off. This is where you want to make the play. Reflect out for C-Bus. The camera's a little bit weird. Going to go for a few into Chicago. That's going to be a big drain to follow. Chicago blasted out. Actually, the wall's going to be falling off very, very soon. Still has a lot of dots on him. Trying to go for a bit of a heal. Big drain by C-Bus. Chicago does go down. C-Bus was able to drain you out. That's a tough one, man. I feel like you need to find a way where the Warlock doesn't have the most damage rolling in. Find a way to maybe ground some of those dots and then go in there. That's how I think you're supposed to do it. That's a tough one though. C-Bus trying to use mobility in order to escape Vlad. Leg sweep is going to be a full Zwen. Dark back, hoping that maybe Dark back will be enough to help him live fear onto Vlad. Does he go for a trick? It's going to be a full hunt with the dots on the Vlad. Does go for Dispel, reversing all those dots back into C-Bus. C-Bus has plenty of defenses, using that mobility to escape. Does he have a full soul burn? He may need to attach all those dots back into Vlad. Vlad looking for potentially maybe tricking this one. Fully away, all the damage over time on him. Big soul drain to follow, trying to see if he can escape. Does create some distance between him and C-Bus, looking for the recovery, but the dots are just absolutely rampaging right through him. Trying to go for as much defense as possible, at least reducing the damage of those dots, I think by 20% per tick. Fisted Fury flying in for Boy Vlad. It's going to be a full hunt for C-Bus. Vlad trying to go for big kicks, ramping up some damage. Maybe can make a play here. Drain soul by C-Bus, hoping not to get interrupted. Vlad at no help whatsoever. Big drain. I think it might be down for the count. C-Bus does end up draining him down with SP for the win. Gotta be up next. Bull crash, shadow crash onto C-Bus around the corner. Does dip in for a quick drain life. I don't know if C-Bus is using the I have no idea if C-Bus uses Soul Burn, by the way. If he uses Soul Burn, that could be huge. but it's going to be mind games on a shadow priest. Quick fear on everybody in that party as he's trying to see if he can single out C-Bus. Full void trying to follow, does go for a fear onto SP. Glare joins in, all those dots ramped up. SP could be in big trouble, needs to dispel him somehow. Man may just die to the drain. Oh no, Disperse, trying to see if he can fight it. Disperse barely keeping him alive while his atoms are just separated. The dots aren't really able to be nearly as effective, but Shadow Priest, oh no, SP trying to see if he could win this. Got himself a little bit of shielding. C-Bus trying to close the gap. Quick AoE fear. SP finally able to get a couple of dots. Dark Glare still charging in. Dark Glare zap could be deadly here. Mind Games avoids it. Oh, and the dots just wear him down. Bodybuilder gonna be up next. C-Bus dropping in a big gateway. AoE before he can go for a Garrode. Does go for a quick interrupt. Looks like he has Assassin's Rogue. Dark Pack gonna be a tricky for C-Bus. Needs to make a play versus Bodybuilder immediately. The earlier you make a play with versus him, the better. Dark back, trying to see if he can maybe get those dots to roll in. Cloak of Shadows by the Rogue really early. This way C-Bus, if he can somehow survive this Cloak of Shadows. Got him to reflect, not really sure what he could reflect. Back to Bodybuilder, big board, as it's going to be full death mark on him. Bodybuilder with advantage. C-Bus needs to make a play immediately. It's going to be Kindle Shot. I think the Warlock may be done for the count, unless he got summoned right now. Mortal Coil, anything whatsoever. Fear, drain on to the Rogue. The Rogue doesn't end it right now. And that drain is going to help C-Bus recover a little bit. Full dots on the Bodybuilder. Does get the interrupt. I think it's going to get him. Oh my goodness. That is so close. Oh my goodness. That Warlock was doing work. Big Ellie Blast on to Bodybuilder as he got the evasion, but he can't evade. Literal lightning and thunder as Totem Mage trying to see if he can blast him out of the way. Big Ellie Blast dunking on the boy. Oh no. As Creel, I am going to have a hard time as AZ. I'll go as. Oh, big. Oh, wait, hold on. How did that not work? He got knocked back as he had to hunt. I felt I could hear the engines. I felt the rumbling of the engines there for a second as he's loading it up, but he couldn't quite do it. Big Soul Cleave onto Totem Maids. Got himself the hunt. It looks like maybe I missed it. Gonna be like the last one, the Demon Hunter. Wait, does it take him out? Big Ellie Blast out of a circle. Definitely needs to take it out of the pet. Does end up slaying the Succubus. Totem Maids with no help whatsoever. Does he just stay in? Gonna be an interrupt under Az with a Sunder for a second. It's gonna be a big blade dance. Oh, just bodies him. That was so much damage in such a quick succession. That was insane. Az trying to figure out who's gonna be next. It looks like it is gonna be Cool Class as a Demonology Warlock. Gonna be a big eye beam to follow. Cool Class with a big defensive, trying to go for yet another turn. Axe Doss onto Az. Does have an immunity. And they're just looking to see if he can skulk out of there, just escaping the demons as a Felguard is chasing after him on Mog speeds. Big Axe Doss with a guillotine down could be really bad. Trying to go for the hunt. Is gonna be able to close the gap with Cool Class. Mortal Coil send him in the other direction. Needs to find a way to close the gap and stay on the Warlock and then leech health, cleave health off him, carve him like a thing is given turkey. Big Soul Break, Blade Dance to follow. Trying to see if he can fight right through the Dark Pact. It's going to be Metamorphosis to the top of it. Does he have an interrupt? It's going to be Demon spawning in. Definitely needs to slay it. Does get to slay it. Walking through a Demon Soul is going to give him some recovery. Maybe enough in order to fight through the Cool Class. Axe Toss onto Az. Gonna be a quick fell rush around the corner. Cool Class got a low on health. Gonna be in prison for a second. Definitely needs some way to get away from Az. It's gonna be Mortal Coil going for the drain, but it's gonna be a Sun to follow. Is going to go for a board before the final Blade Dance attaches to him and hits him. Dark Pact very soon. Maybe could use it. Oh, cut right through him. His last one is going to be the last one left. Trying to see if he can fight through Az. Az dropping in darkness. There's no way Demon Hunter can come back from this one, is there? Is going to be walling him off with a quick claw taking him out. Doesn't give these boys much of a chance. Yo, that was actually so close. Everybody got a chance to play that one. I like games like that, man, when everybody gets to participate. We get an Affliction Warlock going for the big drains. That's so difficult to deal with. But there's got to be a way of doing it. I feel like you have to.